Is this some Annabelle stuff with the Santa? Oh. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Flamez Plays, and today we are checking out Christmas with Father Ben, an indie horror game that's available over in itch.io. I'll have a link in the description box down below where you can check it out yourself. And yes, I'm getting the Christmas spirit. Just a few days after Christmas. But I saw this on itch.io and it reminded me of the Rankin series of Christmas movies, which I'll admit I enjoy. Especially The Year Without a Santa Claus, because it's got Heat Miser and Snow Miser, which I had the good fortune of introducing to my wife this year. She had no idea, but those songs, absolute banger. We're going to jump right on in and see what awaits us. We look to be watching an old-timey radio. Franklin and Raz Animations presents... Oh, click. Christmas with Father Ben. Wow, that is as unsettling as could be. Hey, it's a snowman. Should I be
So
hearing
the
you?
snowman says, "Why hello there, and blessed season to you. It's almost Christmas, the day we remember the greatest gift. Are you excited? You should be. Or are you worried you didn't do a good job serving the Lord this year? You know what? I know of a family getting ready to celebrate Christmas and the day of gifting were also worried they didn't do their best. Sid and Chi's father went to the Lord this year, so their newly widowed mother is leaving the village with the other unmarried mothers to receive the gift for their families. While she's gone, the children will be staying with Father Ben."
That's weird phrasing. But, okay. I'm sure it's not going to be weird or anything like that. There's like old-timey silent
Father
TV.
Ben says, "I'm so glad you two came to stay with me this year. I am no longer able to give the gift, so Christmas gets pretty lonely. I know it must be hard for you two, spending your first Christmas without your earthen father. I'll bet you both prayed very hard for his recovery."
Why is it phrased as the gift? That's kind of odd. Question 1. The siblings prayed. The siblings prayed but lacked faith. The siblings didn't pray. Of course they didn't. They were too busy playing with toys.
"I see. Your father was a good man, faithful to the Lord, and helped spread the gift throughout the village. I know your mother and I prayed for him the entire time he was sick, but praying doesn't always mean we get what we want.
Okay.
That is for the Lord to decide."
Oh. Okay. That was weird. Computer just glitched out.
Sid says, "Thank you, Father Ben. We miss him a whole lot, but I think Mama misses him even more. I hear her crying a lot late at night, and sometimes she quietly asks, 'How many gifts must I take this year?' when she thinks nobody can hear her."
I don't like the phrasing of the gifts. That's skeezing me out a little bit. Father Ben's too old. Mama's receiving a lot of gifts. Yo, go for
Father
the
Ben
star.
says, "I see. I am worried about your mother as well. No doubt she thinks that she's being punished for failing to keep the gift last year. But it is not her fault. She is participating in the day of giving, and it won't be long before the Lord chooses a new father for you. Then you will be a happy family again. Look, we're almost done. Why don't you pick which topper to put on the tree?"
Put on that cool ass star. Sid picked the star topper. Sid picked angel topper. Or Sid asked Father Ben to choose. Dude, star topper. A 6-star. It's all hollow. Like, look awesome. That angel looks like...
My, now that really is
chess
the
piece.
perfect topper for this year. Thank you for helping to unpack the decorations, Chi, and for your help with decorating, Sid. This is the best looking tree of life I've had in years. Now that the decorating is done, shall we partake of this lovely meal that was provided for us?
Sure. Oh, what lovely meal. Well, oh, I guess there's a table. Oh. Hi, Mr. Snowman again.
Sol the Snowman says, well, I can tell you their dinner was good that night. Roast chicken, bean soup, and garlic bread on the side. I've never tasted them myself, but I've heard many of the elders saying this is the best meal of the year, and the children ate until they couldn't eat any more.
That says Ben Soul, not bean soup. What?
Once they had finished eating and the table cleared, Father Ben asked the children to return to the living room. There was something important he wanted to talk about.
This is unnerving in the weirdest way. The hell was that? That looks zero.
Father Ben says,
Never for Christmas.
Sid, Chi, I know that you've been sneaking out of the village. It's dangerous to talk to the people on the outside, because many will wish you harm. And I know you didn't get that doll from anyone here. Please tell me, which of you thought it would be fun to sneak out of the village?
How are we supposed to know? They both wanted to sneak out of the village. Sid wanted to explore, and she wanted to meet people. They both wanted to. I got a 1-year-old. All he wants to do is climb and explore. So, yeah, it's natural for kids. Oh, maybe they don't...
Please tell me, how did you get the doll?
Maybe they don't actually, like, have a Santa Claus in this village. So it's unnerving to see one like that.
Sid says, on the other side of the wall, we met some children playing. They had really strange clothes on, and they were playing odd games. They saw us, and one of them said we must be very poor. What does that mean?
They were playing Smash Brothers. One of them said, "Go Pikachu." Yeah, I feel like this is like The Village. M. Night Shyamalan's The Village. Okay.
Father Ben says, it is a word outsiders use for people who aren't prisoners of material things. Sid, please continue.
Sid was the one that asked that, but okay.
Sid says, so a little girl came up to us and gave Chi her doll and said it was a Christmas present. They asked us where our parents were.
Oh, nice little girl. We'll say too also, good on the parents for teaching the little girl to share. Because one thing we've been pushing with our kid. Don't hog toys. And he gives Chip all his
Father
food.
Ben says, and what did you tell them? Sid says, we told them that our father had gone to be with the Lord after being very sick. She says, yeah, and we told them how he didn't get better, even with the whole village praying.
Did you try medicine? Of any sort? No? Well, no.
Sid says, one of the boys asked what the doctor said, and we told him that we didn't rely on witch doctors, but the other kids just looked at us all funny when we said that, and some of them didn't want to talk to us anymore.
Yeah. This is the village. Oh god, that angle.
Father Ben says, you shouldn't be surprised. After all, you should have known from their garments that those children were full of sin. And the moment that girl gave you her doll, you should have known they wanted to make you sin as well.
Just the doll.
She says, but they seemed so nice.
Yeah.
They gave us the doll and told us about someone named Santa Claus, who visits every good little boy and girl in the whole wide world, and gives them presents. I asked if he could bring our father back.
Oh, okay. I just went away for a second there.
Father Ben says, And what did they say? Sid says, they said Santa Claus can perform miracles, but they didn't know if he could bring back her father.
Okay, now he's DJing.
Father Ben says, I'm sorry that you were exposed to such lies. It is our fault as elders. We should have known that you would be led astray without a father to guide you. And now your souls have been put in danger by going outside the village and talking to children corrupted by sin. The children told you that Santa Claus gives all good children presents on Christmas. Tell me, who do you believe gets presents?
All the children. Santa Claus chooses who gets presents. All good children should get presents on Christmas. Only mothers get presents on the day of giving. All good children. That's probably right? I don't know. I don't know how this village is thinking.
Those poor children out there have been told many lies, and their souls are in danger because of it. Only women may receive the gift on the day of giving. They're also given other presents that are shared with the elders to keep the village safe in the coming year.
I don't like
Giving
the way this
presents to children is a trick to make them want material things and turn their attention away from the Lord. Santa Claus is an evil spirit who gives gifts to try and make children follow him instead of the Lord. It starts off with one little present, but then the children start wanting more and more. Soon they turn away from the Lord completely and only want to serve Santa Claus so they can keep getting gifts.
I'm envisioning Santa Claus leading like a child army, and I'm gonna be honest, it's a little funny in my head. That's just what the elves are?
Once your heart belongs to Santa Claus, Krampus comes to drag your soul to an everlasting fire. No amount of praying can save you once judgment has been passed. Who do you believe in, Santa Claus or the Lord?
They believe in Santa Claus and weren't taken. When shall I believe in the Lord? Why can't we believe in both? Yeah, why can't you believe in both?
I'm
Fireplace.
so sorry you were led astray. I am sure Krampus is watching us right now. But perhaps there is still a chance before judgment is passed. We must hurry and burn the doll before your souls burn.
Sid throws the doll, Cheese throws the doll. They let Father Ben burn the doll. Ah, yeah. I don't like any of these, but realistically it feels like Father Ben would just take the doll and throw it in there. Okay.
I know this wasn't easy, but the village has rules for a reason. We love you and want only the best for you. Serving the Lord is far more rewarding than embracing material things that soon turn to dust.
It didn't turn to dust, it turned to ash, and that doll looked pretty sturdy. I think that would have lasted a few generations even. She could have passed that down to her children. Which, oh man, this village is unsettling. Very upsetting.
Hopefully burning this false idol will help stave off Krampus's wrath, but punishment is still required. I hope a spanking will suffice because you have taken steps to atone for your sins. Please prepare for the punishment, and then I think it's time for all of us to retire for the night.
Okay, thank you for skipping ahead. I really didn't want to watch that. This does reek of that like old-timey.
Saul the Snowman says, as you can imagine, the children did not enjoy their punishment. They went to the guest room where they said their prayers to the Lord and begged for forgiveness before going to sleep. Meanwhile, Father Ben was saying some prayers of his own. He was concerned by the responses the children gave and feared his punishment was too light. The children managed to fall asleep, thinking about how tomorrow was the day of giving, and that their mother would be returning home the following day. They loved Father Ben, of course, but it's never the same to sleep in the bed that isn't your own. Right before midnight, however, they were both awoken by a strange sound.
So then my question becomes, like, so Father Ben was actually praying and, believing that he was right. Is he in on the whole controlling the village, or is he just another pawn? I mean, at a certain point, doesn't the mindset just become the reality for these people? Like, once the person who is grifting or controlling everything passes, unless they, told people under them that, hey, this is what we're doing, everything's actually cool out there, but we're just kind of controlling everyone. Doesn't that just become the norm for this village of people? And then if it isn't a grift and the cult leader actually believes it, that's actually even more worrisome. They're both bad. They're both really bad. Don't join cults. Why do I have to say that?
Sid says, "Don't worry, Chi. It was probably just Father Ben. I don't see anything outside."
Because it's on the roof. It's Santa Claus. Wow.
Chi says, "Sid, I'm scared. Look."
It's a present. From Santa or from Father Ben?
Sid says, "That wasn't there before. It looks like one of those presents the outside children told us about."
Chi bravely opens the present. Sid. I think Sid would open it. Sid seems more... That's the burned Santa doll. That's the burned Santa doll.
But we burned it. There was nothing left. Why did it come back?
Is this some Annabelle stuff with the Santa? Oh. That's not great. That's worrisome. The children call for Father Ben. The children ask if it's Santa, or the children pray for forgiveness. Okay. So, realistically, praying forgiveness, not gonna help. Asking if it's Santa. They don't really know Santa, so I feel like they wouldn't ask for him. They would call for Father Ben. Oh, why did it rewind for a second? Oh, that's Krampus. Okay. Oh. The children got 8.
Saul the Snowman says, "Such a sad ending to our story. But this is what happens when children disobey." Saul the Snowman says, "Such a sad ending to our story. But this is what happens when children disobey." Saul the Snowman says, "Such a sad ending to our story. But this is what happens when children disobey and give in to the temptations of Santa Claus. Remember, it's important to always listen to your elders and follow the teachings of our village, because sinning against our Lord can lead to eternal punishment."
Did you accidentally leave in 2 takes of this line? I feel like that would have happened. Oh, you found it, man. What are you doing? Oh, the end. Okay. Created for the children, Adam's Salvation Community. Never to trust and obey our elders. Alright. Yo, I like that, actually. Very upsetting. But I do like the idea of, like, cult media, fictional cult media for sure. I did watch a video on Paper Will on media, or yeah, I think it was games and movie and like media in general created by cults, and yeah, it's really upsetting, like how much they try to manipulate mostly kids. I mean, because they're innocent. They don't, especially like younger kids, they don't understand lies as well as adults do. So and deception and stuff like that. So they just take everything at face value. I like the cult Adam's Salvation though. Like I feel like this is just one of possibly many things that cult could generate to try to keep everyone in line. And I'd be interested in learning more about it, just as like a storyline thing, because pretty cool. But if y'all enjoyed Christmas with Father Ben, let me know in the comments down below. Give me a thumbs up. I really do appreciate that. And also make sure to subscribe so you updates when I release new content. And as always, have a great day. Remember to burn bright. I will talk to you all later. Bye.